This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, guys, now let us start the today's session. So, in the yesterday's class, we have discussed and completed about the identification of the modules with the help of this other identification methods, say as index and image. So, with these identification methods, I mean, we have completed the four different identification methods till now, and with these all identification methods, we have covered almost everything in the modules. But daily, on a daily basis, we will be still working on this modules section, right? Because in order to automate any functionality in a application, you need to start scanning the modules first. Without the modules, you won't be able to build your test cases. So if you remember the point, I would have told in the demo session that just give me 1 week of time after the sessions get started. I will show you how do you automate the test cases without any coding or scripting language. As we have completed more than 1 week of classes, so what I'm trying to do today in this class is, so I'm trying to use whatever the modules I have created and created test cases for them. So till yesterday, we have discussed about the modules section. Once I am done with the modules section, I will be next moving to the test cases section. So as I told you, when I'm starting the modules is the first point where I start my automation. So once the modules are ready, then what is the next point that I will do is I will be creating test cases from the modules, whatever I have created. So I will be moving to the test cases section. So this is the test cases section, which I am going to start from today. And this test cases section is a very like vast section, like almost like 10 to 12 classes we will be spending only on this test cases section. Means there are a lot many concepts in this, lot many various functionalities, and how do we do that, what kind of scenarios we are going to execute and build. So all these things we will be learning in this test cases section. So I'll keep it very simple, so do not worry, as this is the first day where I'm talking about the test cases section. Do not worry about this. So this is the test cases section which I have got. So if you see the user interface, the module section and the user interface section almost looks the same. Means the section might be different, but the user interface, how it looks like, details and test configuration, everything would be the same. Now, what I'm going to do from today is, as a first step, we have already learned what are these modules. And in the second step, what are we going to do is, we are going to build the test cases from the modules which we have created. So, for this purpose, what I am going to do now is, this is the test cases section, and in this, I need to create a test cases. Before creating a test case, I need to tell you what is a test case, right? Either it from a manual point of view or either from an automation point of view. What is basically a test case? Why all the people call it as a test case, right? When you speak or when you talk to someone from a testing background, they will say we have these many test cases, we have these many test cases. What are these test cases basically? Right? So when you want to say something about a test case is nothing but basically a process or a flow respective or specific to a functionality defining the step-by-step procedure. So I will repeat it once again. These are the normal terminologies which we speak on a daily basis. See, it is a step-by-step process, right? A test case is nothing but a step by step or a line by line, order by order process related or a specific to any functionality or a process, right? So basically, let us say there is a function, there is an application. In that application, you will be having some functionalities, right? In that functionality, if you want to automate that functionality, what you will do? You will need to automate that step by step process related to that functionality, and that you are going to capture it as a test case. So now whatever the test functionalities we want to automate, we will be capturing them as a test cases and we will be building them. Now this is the basic introduction of the test case. Now you understood, right? If there is any functionality in an application or if there is any process related flow in an application, then you will be capturing that as a test case by a step-by-step process or a step-by-step procedure. So now what you will do for that first point, you have created the modules. So, and How I'm going to use my modules in my test cases section. Using my modules in the test cases section is very simple. If you can see here, this is the modules which I have created, right? These are the different modules which I have created. Now, if I want to use them in the test case, it is very simple actually. You can just directly drag and drop. Before you drag and drop, first of all, what I'll do is I'll create a test case for you. How do I create a test case? Just go on to this folder, right? This test cases folder, just give a right click. You have an option called, you can see something called circle shaped icon with sky blue in color. So this represents it as a test case. This is the icon for the test case, please remember. So I'm just clicking on this. See, can you see a new test case has been created? So what is the name of the test case that I'm going to give? Uh, First test case is the name I have just given to this. Now, can you see actually, Madhav, when you are creating a test case, you can see that there are, I mean, the icon of the test case is different. Means it is having only circle shaped icon with sky blue in color. But now, after creating it, why come there is some more visualization in the test cases? It is basically because of the option or a value called work state. What do you mean by work state is basically whenever you create a test case, automatically there would be one tab created called as a work state, which will be by default in the planned state means it will decide the status of the test case means whether you are whether you have not started right now. We have created a test case which is in the planned state means we have not started working on that, so it is just in a planned state. And when you started working on that, it is a drop down, you can change the value to in work. Now when you are working on this test case, you need to change the work state to in work. And once you have completed the automating or building or developing the test case, you need to change the work state to completed. Now you can see when the work state is changed to completed, this is the actual icon of the test case which we have seen while creating it, right? So whenever your test case is completed itself, your icon will represent as usually. But when you are in the planned state, you will be seeing this icon. When you are in the in-work state, you will be able to see this icon. Now you can ask me question, Madhav, what is the use of this different work states? Means basically there might be multiple people or group of people working under the same repository in the same project, right? So if your lead or architect or your manager wants to generate a report by using TQL, like how many test cases are in progress, how many test cases should be started, how many of them have completed. If they want to see how many of them are in such kind of scenario, then they will be using based upon the work state. So you should never forget updating the work state when you're working on these test cases. It is as important as such. It might be a simple task, but you should never forget updating the work state of the test cases, right? So that is the first point. Now, so I have created a test case and I made the change to the work state from planned to in work. So now what I will be doing, so my test case is ready. What I told my test case is nothing but a step-by-step process, means group of steps, right? From where I will create a test step now. This test case, what is a test case? As I told you, this test case contains step by step means multiple test steps should be there. So now how do I create a test step under a test case is with the help of modules, whatever we have created. So for example, this is the module which we have created, right? So I am just going to use this module in my test case. Now you can ask me, Mother, how do you use that? So in order to explain how do you use that, simple. Everything in TOSCA is just only a drag and drop. You need to drag it properly and you need to drop it properly. If you drag and drop it very properly, then all the things will be placed in a proper and clear order. For example, if you can see this module which I have created, I want to use this in a test case. How do I use this? I need to drag and drop. Drag in the sense I'm just holding my mouse and I'm navigating to the test cases section. After navigating to the test case section, this is the place I need to drop my module. Can you see here? This is the test case, right? Where I need to drop my module? I need to drop my module on the test case where exactly I am planning to build my test case. So this is the first test case. Can you see? I'm just leaving my mouse. Now can you see automatically what has happened? Your module has converted into a test step. Are you getting my point? Till yesterday, you were talking them as a module, but from today, when you used your module in a test case, that has become the test step. Can you see the? Do not confuse between the two icons. A complete circle icon with only single color is called as a test case. Sky blue in color, complete circle icon. But the circle shaped icon with two different colors, sky blue and dark blue, where you can see both representations, it is called as test step. So like that, a single, I mean a test case contains multiple steps inside that, right? Because step by step process related or is specific to any functionality in an application. So this is a test step. Now you have got this test step from the module, means now your module has been converted into a test step, and attributes which are there in the module has been converted into test step values. Simple. This is the hierarchy. This is a test case, this is a test step. What is present inside the test step? Values. You will provide your inputs here. Can you see here? When you see your test step, whatever the attributes you have scanned, now they will be treated as a test step values, and you can provide your inputs in the value column. You can see here, whatever you want to provide your inputs, you can provide here, and whatever the actions that you are trying to perform. Actually, there are different action modes. Do not worry, our next class is going to be completely on the action modes. There are different action modes present here, right? We will be seeing about all these different action modes with a proper examples one after the other. Data type and work state. And here the most important point that you need to remember is you cannot use any work state on the test step. Only the work state will be available on the test case. Please understand this, guys. Sometimes they might confuse you in an interview. Can you change the work state on the test step? Obviously, the answer is no. You cannot change. Is there any value to change on the test step? Can you say anything? No. Always the work state is only meant for the test case. You can see here. This is your test case. This is your test step. These are the test step values present inside the test step. So now this is how you created a test case, and you have used your module. Whatever the module you have scanned, you are using your module in your test cases. Now there is no coding required. And now if you also want to go back to your module, you can also go by a shortcut. Just go to your test step, just give a right click. You will be able to see an option called jump to module. Control J is the shortcut. Jump to module. If I jump, see directly it is coming here and it is highlighting that. Means even if you have 100 test cases, when you want to go to that module to change something or see something or manipulate something, you can just give a right click and see an option called jump to module, and you can come to your module section. So, and one more point, you will get a basic doubt. Madhav, if I change the naming convention of this, will it be reflected in the modules? I'll show you. No, it won't. For example, I have changed the name of a test step. So now my the name of the test step has been changed. Now the basic question is, if I change the name of a test step in the test case, will it be also, because this is a module, right, which I have used, will it be also reflected? If I change here, will it be reflecting there? No. The answer is no. That is what I told you. Each and every section has got interdependent. They are not dependent on each other completely. They are dependent on each other to some extent, but they are not dependent on each other only to the naming conventions and all these things, right? So you can change the naming convention what exactly you want to do here. Means whatever action you want to perform, you can give that name here, right? Now this is the name of the test step which I have created, and now I can perform, as I told you, I can give my inputs in the values section and I can automate whatever I want. For example, this is a register, right? This is a register control, and if you can see, there are two drop downs. First of all, let us see up the first drop down. I could see a value called click and right click. If I just give an option called click, means now what I am saying to Tosca is you please go and give a click operation on the register control, and by default the action mode is an input. Means what exactly you are saying to Tosca, you are saying to Tosca was please go and give a click operation on this register control in the application. When you're trying to give some input, I mean click operation, it is an input, right? Input to the application is trying to accept something, so you are giving input, so by default the action mode will be input, right? Now I will execute this and show it to you how it will work. For suppose I am just opening this demo web shop, I opened this application. Now whatever the values, whatever the inputs that I have provided, and I want to execute that. How do I execute? Just go to your test step for a test case. Just give a right click. There, after giving a right click, you will be able to see an option called Run in Scratchbook. Just click on that Run in the Scratchbook. So do not worry about what is this Scratchbook. First learn about how do we execute this. When the exact situation comes, I will explain you what is Scratchbook, what are the uses of it, and what are the disadvantages of it as well. Right? So I'm just executing this in the Scratchbook. Now see, your agent is starting, you are verifying the required license, and your execution is about to start. And you can see at the bottom right a scroll bar, status of the execution. Now what is happening? See, now can you see automatically my control has gone and clicked on register control. Did you guys understood? See, you can see this scratchbook. Your execution has been completed. What you guys do is just also pin this scratchbook. Give a right click. Doc as tabbed document. So always your scratchbook will be present here. Now you can see you have clicked on register. See, you have executed this test step, and inside this test step, you asked Tosca to click on register, so it got executed successfully, and it is showing you in the green color. You can also see at what time you have started the execution. You have started the execution on 4th December 7:31 56 seconds. And how much duration it has taken to complete the execution? Total execution time is 7 seconds, 107 milliseconds, right? Actually for the first time we have executed, right? So it has taken more time. I'll execute once again i'll execute once again. I'm just executing the same thing, run in scratchbook. Can you see it has completed the execution? At the bottom you can see green color bar saying that your execution is passed. Now you can go back to Tosca and check. Can you see now what is the time now? 3 seconds, 72 milliseconds it has taken to just complete the execution of the whatever step you have asked Tosca to execute in the application. Right? Now it is not only register, you can also give input on the login as well. Say I want to give input on the login. Click and right click. I want to give a click operation on the login. I want to execute this. Just give a right click. I'm clicking on run in Scratchbook. Now can you see it has clicked on login link? You can see the status. See, it has taken 2 seconds, 978 milliseconds to complete the execution of this. So this is how basically we will be scripting our test cases. Means first we will be creating a modules, and once the modules are created, we will build the test cases from the modules, and we will provide the inputs for the test steps what we have created, and we will be executing that in our test cases section. Is it clear for everyone about how to, what is a test case, how do we create a test case, right? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now okay. Now I'll tell you a few more points. Now, basically, you can ask me a question, Mother. When you are clicking on this, you are able to see a value in the drop down, right? You are able to see only click and right click. Here I'm able to see click, double click and right click. On this control, I'm able to see only click. Correct? You are able to differentiate, right? For this register login shopping cart and wish list, you are able to see only click and right click. For this queue control, I mean the text box, you are able to see click, double click and right click. But for the search button, you are able to see only click operation. Madam, first of all, why there is a differentiation between each and every control, and why are the controls displayed accordingly? Correct, right? We have seen three different controls, and there are three different situations here. Now, the basic answer is it is very simple. Why I am saying this point is sometimes they will try to ask you an interview. How they will ask this question as interview is, first suppose there is a test step, and inside the test step there is a test step value, and you will be able to see a drop down values like click, right click, from where these are coming. This is a very basic question. From where these are coming. Correct, right? You know that after creating a module and after using the module, you have created this test set. But from where these are coming? These are coming from the module itself. So obviously, when your test step is coming from module, this whatever the values in the drop down will be also coming from the module. Now you can ask me a question, Madhav, where these values are present in the module is just go to your module, jump to module. After jumping to module, can you see something option called value range here? There is a column called value range for each and every attribute, whatever you have scanned in the application. There is something called value range. What is this value range means? See, for this register control, the value range is click and right click. Means TOSCA is saying to you, boss, I can perform only two actions. I mean, the maximum number of actions that TOSCA can perform on this register control is only click and right click. For example, I'll go back to this application. This is the home page, right? What can I do on this register control? Either I can click, correct? I can give a right click. Only these are the two possible and the maximum options I can perform on this register control. Remaining, I would not be able to perform anything. Can I give any input there? No, I can't type any value there, right? I will be able to only click or even give a right click. I can't give any value by typing there, double clicking there. What is the use of double clicking? It is not happening. So TOSCA, when you are scanning module in the control itself, it will also give you what maximum actions that you can perform on this control or an attribute. Now, when you come to this queue, what is this queue? It is a text box. What is there? You can click, double click and right click. Means queue means this text box, you can click here. Sometimes some text boxes will not work in a single click, correct, right? We might have seen in the normal applications, few of the text boxes when we are trying to click, it will not click in a single instance, so we need to double click. So you can give a double click or you can give a right click. So it depends, right? When you are scanning the module, it depends upon the nature of the control, and TOSCA determines what are the possible and the maximum actions that you can perform on this particular control. Depending upon that, basically what happens, you will be able to identify these value ranges. Now these are the value ranges. Now for the search button, you only have a value range called click. Means on the search button, you can't do any other thing other than this clicking, right? Can you do any other option? You can't enter any value, right? This is only a button. You can just only click. You can't do any other value in addition to this click, right? That is what the reason. So you need to remember this point. So there is a column called value range in a module what you have created, and in this value range for each and every attribute, because of this value range only, you are able to see the values in the drop down. The values are coming from the module itself. It is not coming from anywhere, right? Is it clear for anyone, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Madhav.
Yes, Madhav.
Okay. Any doubts in this?
No, no doubts. Clear.
No.
Yes.
Yes, Madhav. Repeat one more
Now,
time.
so what do you want me to repeat? Where exactly you did not understand?
In this in this step, click right click this step.
Okay, tell me what you want. Tell me clearly. So, first of all, there is a control called wish list. I went and clicked there. What are the options that you are seeing here?
Right click.
Hmm? Sir, you can speak, no problem. What are the options that you are seeing
Click
when you
and
click
right
here?
click and right click.
Yes, yes. From where these are coming? These are coming from your module. From where, which, what is present in the module? Can you see here? This is the value range. Based upon the value range, what is there in the module, the values in the drop down are coming from there. Click and right click, right? What is this click and right click value range means? Means you can perform only click and right click operation on this wish list. Other than that, you can't perform any other action, right? So that is what TOSCA is saying to you, because I can perform only click operation and right click operation. That is only my restriction on this control. I can't do any other action on this control. So it will say to you, these are the only two actions I can perform, right? That is why it is only the only values displayed in the drop down. But for text box, you see, you will have the click, double click, and right click. Means TOSCA is able to perform one more action called double click on this control. That is why these values are getting displayed in the drop down here. Right? Is it understood now?
Madhav.
Sorry, I did not get you.
Yes, Madhav.
Okay, okay. That's clear. Anyone else? Any doubts on this?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, I want to tell you one more small point here. See, now you are in which page? Okay. Now, okay, let us forget about all these things. Now, already we have scanned this register, login, shopping cart, and wish list, all these things, right? Now, again, I want to click on this register or login, whatever it might be. Let us say login only. Now, tell me if I run this test step, I mean, whatever this, either you can run the test case or you can run the test step, it is up to your convenience. So, if I run this again, will it be passed or will it be failed? What do you guys feel basically?
It will pass.
Okay. What about others? Will everyone agree to this answer that it will be passed?
I think no, sir.
We
At
have
present.
No.
executed only one test step on one attributes only. We have to execute everything. Then only it will pass, I think.
What you need to execute everything?
Need to execute every attributes.
Every attribute. I am not executing attributes. I am executing. See, you
Test
can
test.
never execute an attribute. One simple thing. You can never execute an attribute. Do not. go into that kind of misunderstandings. You can execute only a test case, or you can execute only a test step.
Okay, okay.
Ultimately,
Yes.
you need to execute the test case. If you want to execute the step by step, you can execute step by step, but you can never execute a test step. So, if I run this again, will it be passed or fail is my question basically. I have got one answer as yes and one answer as no. Sirisha has told it as no. We'll keep that point aside. How many will agree that it will be passed and how many will feel that it will be failed? It is just a guess. Think and tell me an answer. No problem in that.
It will fail, I think.
Okay, two answers on fail.
Pass. The test step is pass.
It will get passed. Okay, Kiran saying pass. Okay, next one. Who is that? What about others? We have 16 to 17 participants and I am getting only three answers.
No, sir. Fail, sir.
I think fails.
Shiva Reddy and Guji fail. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, four answers on fail, two answers on pass. What about others?
Pass.
Pass, Amarnath pass, three and four. Seven answers. What more?
Going fail, sir.
Fail. Who is that?
Bhagya
Okay, fail. Okay. Eight answers. Oh, sorry, five answers on fail, three on pass. 10 more people.
Fail.
Distribution also fail.
Pass, I guess,
Hmm.
sir.
Raj is saying pass. Four people pass, six people fail. What about others?
Pass, sir.
Sahiti also passed. Five, six, close by.
Passed, sir.
Kalidas also saying it is going to be passed. Six and six.
It will
Okay.
fail.
Fail. Charan, fail, huh?
Okay.
Okay, seven, seven.
Pass.
Okay, yeah, seven, seven, pass. Okay. Okay, let me execute and show it to you. Okay, before executing, why people are saying that it will be passed? And okay, leave it about the past. You are thinking positively that it will be passed. Why people are thinking that it will be failed? What would be the reason? Why did you say failed? Seven people who have told that it will be failed. Can you tell me what would be the reason? Or you just told that two people have told to fail, everything will be failed? Or you just thought that, okay, Madhav has asked a question that it will be passed or failed, then probably it would be failing. That is why he is asking this question. So because of that, have you told fail? Or because someone has told that you have told fail? Or what is your opinion on that? Please open up. There is no problem actually. If this is asked in an interview, so we can't keep quiet, right? So open up. Whatever the answer might be, just try to think and answer. Even if it is right, no problem. Wrong, no problem. It is always a learning process. So what is your thought and opinion on that? మీరు ఏదో ఒక ఆన్సర్ చెప్పండి. మీరు సైలెంట్ గా కూర్చుంటే నేను నా వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తున్నా లేదా నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు మీ అందరికి. గైజ్ అని అడుగు.
Yes, madam. Yes, sir. Audible.
Yeah, then my question should also be audible, right? I am asking on what basis that the answer you have given is false. పర్లేదండి, ఏమి కాదు. మీకు రీజన్ ఉంటే రీజన్ ఉందని చెప్పండి, రీజన్ లేకపోతే జస్ట్ రీజన్ నార్మల్గా క్యాజువల్గా చెప్పానని చెప్పండి, పర్లేదు, ఓపెన్ అప్ అవ్వండి.
సార్
చెప్పండి.
నేను ఎందుకు చెప్పానంటే సింబల్ చూసినప్పుడు టెస్ట్ కేస్ సింబల్ ఉంది కదా, సర్కిల్ అండ్ అండర్ వన్ ఈస్ 2 circles with circle with colors. ఏదైనా చేంజెస్ చేస్తే పాస్ట్ లో ఉన్నది సేవ్ అవుతుంది, బట్ మళ్ళీ మనం దాని మీద క్లిక్ చేసినప్పుడు మనకు చూపించేది ప్రజెంట్ ఉన్నది మనం చేసింది చూపిస్తుంది అని అనుకున్నాను. సో అందుకని నేను నో చెప్పాను.
ఓకే, మీరు చాలా పెద్ద లాజిక్ ఆలోచించారు, అంత పెద్ద లాజిక్ ఏం లేదు.
ఓకే ఓకే
ఓకే, నేనే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసి చూపిస్తాను. నేను మీకు చెప్పినట్టు either I can execute the test case or I can execute the test step. సో రైట్ క్లిక్, రన్ ఇన్ స్క్రాచ్ బుక్. మీరే చూడండి ఏమవుతుంది ఇప్పుడు. నా కర్సర్ ఇక్కడ ఉంది లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్. యాక్చువల్గా అయితే వెళ్ళి లాగిన్ పైన క్లిక్ అవ్వాలి, అంతే కదా.
రిజిస్టర్ పైన క్లిక్ కావాలి,
కానీ అవ్వట్లేదు, చూసారా, ఫెయిల్ అయింది. చూడండి, ఫెయిల్ అయింది. Whenever it is getting passed, it will show in green color. Whenever it is getting failed, it will show in red color, and it will also show the log information. What is the error? So why I am saying this point is, whenever your test case or a test step is getting failed, do not worry. Just go to the place where it is getting failed, see the error message, why it is failing, understand that. In that only you will have the answer. So what TOSCA is saying here, just expand this. TOSCA is saying no matching tab was found with the properties title as demo web shop. దీన్ని బట్టి మీకు ఏమర్థమవుతుంది, TOSCA ఏం చెప్తుంది? TOSCA is saying, boss, I am unable to find a tab with title demo web shop. Go to the application. What is your title of the application? Can anyone tell me what is the title of the application?
Demo
Demo
web
web
shop.
shop.
Demo web shop or register.
Yes, demo web shop dot register. Can you see here?
Register.
సో
Yes.
మీరు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసేటప్పుడు టైటిల్ ఆఫ్ ది పేజ్ ఏమో డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ డాట్ రిజిస్టర్ అని ఉంది, కానీ మీరు మాడ్యూల్ స్కాన్ చేసినప్పుడు, మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఫెయిల్ అయింది కదా, సింపుల్ లాజిక్. ఇక్కడ మీకు ఫెయిల్ అయింది, ఫెయిల్ అయినప్పుడు మీరు ఎర్రర్ చూసుకున్నారు, ఏం చెప్తుంది? నో మ్యాచింగ్ ట్యాబ్ వాస్ ఫౌండ్ విత్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ ప్రాపర్టీ టైటిల్ as డెమో వెబ్ షాప్. ఇది టైటిల్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది? మీ మాడ్యూల్ నుంచి కదా. గివ్ ఏ రైట్ క్లిక్, జంప్ టు టెస్ట్ స్టెప్. ఇక్కడ హైలైట్ అయింది, ఇక్కడ నుంచి జంప్ టు మాడ్యూల్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ యువర్ మాడ్యూల్. సీ ద ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ద మాడ్యూల్. టైటిల్ ఏముంది? డెమో వెబ్ షాప్. అంటే ఏంటి? మీరు మాడ్యూల్ స్కాన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏ పేజ్లో స్కాన్ చేశారు? డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ అనే టైటిల్ ఉన్న పేజ్లో స్కాన్ చేశారు. కానీ మీరు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నప్పుడు ఏ పేజ్లో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తున్నారు? డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ డాట్ రిజిస్టర్ అనే పేజ్లో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తున్నారు. అంటే టోస్కా ఏం చెప్తుందంటే, బాస్, నేను కనుక్కోలేకపోతున్నాను, నువ్వేమో డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ ఉన్నప్పుడు స్కాన్ చేసావు, అంటే నేను ఏ పేజ్లో స్కాన్ చేసా? హోమ్ పేజ్లో. ఈ పేజ్లో కదా నేను స్కాన్ చేసింది మాడ్యూల్. సో టైటిల్ డెమో వెబ్ షాప్, ఇక్కడ స్కాన్ చేసావు, కానీ నువ్వేమో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తుంది, నువ్వేమో రిజిస్టర్ పైన క్లిక్ చేస్తా అంటుందేమో ఈ పేజ్లో. సో నువ్వు స్కాన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఒకటి చేస్తున్నావు, ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఒకటి చేస్తున్నావు. నేను రెండు మ్యాచ్ చేయలేకపోతున్నాను, నువ్వు ఇచ్చిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ మ్యాచ్ అవ్వట్లేదు, సో నేను అందుకే ఫెయిల్ అయిపోతున్నా అని చెప్పింది. దట్ ఈస్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ థ్రోయింగ్ an error message saying no matching tab was found with the following properties title demo web shop. అందుకే చెప్తుంది, నాకు ట్యాబే కనిపించట్లేదు విత్ టైటిల్ డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ అని. రైట్, అర్థమైందా? దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ద రీజన్ ఇట్ విల్ ఫెయిల్. It will fail because the title of the application is not matching. So whenever you see this error message with no matching tab was found, please try to see the title of the module when you have scanned and the title where you are executing. రెండు సేమ్ ఉంటేనే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతాయి, రెండు సేమ్ లేకపోతే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వదు. కానీ అలా అని చెప్పి నేను ప్రతిసారి రిజిస్టర్ ఓన్లీ హోమ్ పేజ్లోనే క్లిక్ చేయాలన్న రూల్ లేదు కదా. ప్రతిసారి నేను హోమ్ పేజ్లోనే రిజిస్టర్ లాగిన్ క్లిక్ చేయండి కదా, లాగిన్ పైన. సమ్ టైమ్స్ మనం నార్మల్గా ఏం చేస్తాం, అమెజాన్ ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్లో ప్రోడక్ట్ అంతా చూసి యాడ్ టు కార్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు లాగిన్ అవుతాం. అప్పుడు తెలుస్తుంది మనకి మనం అయ్యో లాగిన్లో లేమో, పర్చేస్ చేయాలంటే ముందు లాగిన్ అవ్వాలని. అంటే ఐ కెన్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ లాగిన్ ఈవెన్ ఇన్ ద చెక్అవుట్ పేజ్ ఆర్ ఇన్ ద యాడ్ టు కార్ట్ పేజ్. మరి అప్పుడు ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుంది? నేను స్కాన్ చేసిందేమో హోమ్ పేజ్లో, అక్కడ ఉన్నప్పుడు వర్క్ అవ్వదు కదా. సో హౌ డూ ఐ నీడ్ టు మేక్ దిస్ వర్క్? సో సింపుల్, with a small concept called wildcards. Simple concept called wildcard. So how do you use this wildcard అంటే మీరు చూడండి, టైటిల్ డెమో వెబ్ షాప్, లాగిన్ పేజ్కి వెళ్తే డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ డాట్ లాగిన్, షాపింగ్ కార్ట్ పేజ్కి వెళ్తే డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ డాట్ షాపింగ్ కార్ట్, రిజిస్టర్ పేజ్కి వస్తే డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ డాట్ రిజిస్టర్. మీన్స్ మీరు ఏ పేజ్కి వెళ్ళినా కానీ 4 కంట్రోల్స్ కామన్ ఉన్నాయి కదా. మీరు ఏ పేజ్లోంచి అయినా కానీ ఈ కంట్రోల్స్ క్లిక్ చేయొచ్చు. రిజిస్టర్, లాగిన్, షాపింగ్ కార్ట్ అండ్ విష్ లిస్ట్. మీరు ఎక్కడి నుంచి అయినా క్లిక్ చేయాలనుకోవచ్చు. మీరు ఏ పేజ్లోకి వెళ్ళినా కానీ టైటిల్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది కానీ ఇవి చేంజ్ అవ్వట్లేదు. అప్పుడు ఎలా ఏం చేస్తారంటే, మీరు టైటిల్ చూడండి, డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ డాట్ రిజిస్టర్ డాట్ లాగిన్ డాట్ షాపింగ్ కార్ట్ డాట్ బుక్స్. బుక్స్ పైన క్లిక్ చేయండి, డాట్ బుక్స్. కంప్యూటర్స్ పైన క్లిక్ చేయండి, డాట్ కంప్యూటర్స్. అంటే ఇందులో కామన్ గా ఉన్నది ఏంటి? డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ అనేది కామన్ గా ఉంది. డాట్ తర్వాత అన్ని మారుతున్నాయి. సో నేనేం చేస్తానంటే, ఐ విల్ గో టు మై మాడ్యూల్. నేను ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఓపెన్ చేసి నా మాడ్యూల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్, డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ కదా, ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఐ టోల్డ్ దట్ ఐ విల్ సాల్వ్ దిస్ సొల్యూషన్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ఎ కాన్సెప్ట్ కాల్డ్ వైల్డ్ కార్డ్. సో ఇప్పుడు నేనేం చేస్తున్నానంటే, ఐ జస్ట్ గివ్ ఎ స్టార్ మార్క్. కెన్ యూ సీ వాట్ ఐ హ్యావ్ డన్? వైల్డ్ కార్డ్ అంటే యూసింగ్ ఏ స్టార్ మార్క్. డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ స్టార్ అంటే నేను ఏం చేశానంటే, డెమో వెబ్ అంటే నువ్వు స్టార్ మార్క్ పెట్టిన తర్వాత ఏమవుతుంది అంటే, బేసికలీ ఎక్కడి నుంచి అయితే స్టార్ మార్క్ ఉందో అక్కడి నుంచి కంప్లీట్ గా టోస్కా ఆ టెక్స్ట్ అనేది ఇగ్నోర్ చేస్తుంది అనమాట. అంటే అది ఓన్లీ ఏం కన్సిడర్ చేస్తుంది? ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏ పేజ్ లోంచి అయినా కానీ ఈ టెస్ట్ స్టెప్ రన్ చేస్తే డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ అని ఒక్కటే వెరిఫై చేసేంత వరకే వెరిఫై చేస్తుంది. డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ తర్వాత ఏముందో పట్టించుకోదు. ఇంకా డాట్ కంప్యూటర్స్ ఉందా, డాట్ రిజిస్టర్ ఉందా, డాట్ లాగిన్ ఉందా, డాట్ విష్ లిస్ట్ ఉందా, లేకపోతే డాట్ బుక్స్ ఉందా, ఏముందా పట్టించుకోదు. ఓన్లీ టైటిల్లో డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ ఉందా లేదా అన్నంత వరకే చూస్తుంది. డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ తర్వాత ఏమున్నా కానీ పట్టించుకోదు. అందుకే నేను స్టార్ మార్క్ తీసుకెళ్ళి ఇక్కడ పెట్టాను. మీరు అడగచ్చు, మాధవ్ ఎందుకు డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ తర్వాత స్టార్ మార్క్ పెట్టారంటే, అప్లికేషన్ మొత్తం మీద నాకు డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ కామన్ గా ఉంది కదా. నేను ఏ పేజ్కి వెళ్ళినా కానీ డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ దాకా కామన్ ఉంది. పక్కన డాట్ కంప్యూటర్స్, డాట్ బుక్స్ ఇవన్నీ చేంజ్ అవుతున్నాయి. అంటే కామన్ ఎక్కడి దాకా ఉంది? డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ దాకా కామన్ గా ఉంది. సో నేను అందుకే ఏం చేశానంటే, డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ దాకా కామన్ గా ఉంచి తర్వాత ఒక స్టార్ మార్క్ పెట్టాను. సో దీనివల్ల ఏమైపోయిందంటే, టోస్కా విల్ ఇగ్నోర్ ఆల్ ది టెక్స్ట్, ఆల్ ది క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ డెమో వెబ్ షాప్. అంటే డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ తర్వాత ఏమున్నా కానీ కంప్లీట్ గా టోస్కా ఇగ్నోర్ చేస్తుంది. రైట్? ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయండి. ఇప్పుడు పాస్ అవుతుందా, ఫెయిల్ అవుతుందా?
పాస్ అవుతుంది.
సో ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటింగ్.
పాస్ సార్.
మీరే చూడండి, నేను ఏ పేజ్ లో ఉన్నాను? డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ డాట్ కంప్యూటర్స్ లో ఉన్నాను. చూడండి, ఐ వాంట్ టు క్లిక్ ఆన్ లాగిన్. చూడండి, ఈజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? ఇట్ ఈస్ గెటింగ్ పాస్డ్. యాక్షన్ సింపుల్ అంతే. మీరు ఇందాక ఫస్ట్ లో ఆటోమేట్ చేసిన టెస్ట్ కేస్ అంతే, నేను ఏం చేంజ్ చేయలేదు. కానీ ఒక సిచ్యువేషన్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకున్నాం మనం. మీరు ఇప్పుడు లాగిన్ పేజ్ పోదు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూడండి, మళ్ళీ నేను రన్ చేస్తాను. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏ పేజ్లో ఉన్నా? జ్యువెలరీ పేజ్లో ఉన్నా. మళ్ళీ రన్ చేస్తాను. చూడండి, అంటే మీరు ఏ పేజ్లో అయినా ఉండొచ్చు. టైటిల్లో డెమో వెబ్ షాప్ ఉందా లేదా అన్నంత వరకే చూస్తుంది. చూడండి, ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ ఇన్ క్లికింగ్. రైట్? ఆల్వేస్ టోస్కా విల్ వర్క్ వెన్ బోత్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ హ్యావ్ స్కాన్ అండ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఈస్ రిఫ్లెక్టింగ్. అందుకే అన్న ఆటోమేషన్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ ఇన్బిల్ట్ అయ్యి వచ్చింది ఇక్కడ. మోడల్ బేస్డ్ డేటా డ్రివెన్, మోడల్ బేస్డ్ ఆటోమేషన్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ అంటే ది రన్ టైమ్ బిహేవియర్ ఆఫ్ ది అప్లికేషన్ విల్ బి క్యాప్చర్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ మాడ్యూల్. అంటే మీరు మాడ్యూల్ ఏదైతే స్కాన్ చేస్తారో దాన్ని బట్టే ఉంటుంది. అందుకే మాడ్యూల్ 3-4 days డిస్కస్ చేసాం. సో అంటిల్ అండ్ అన్లెస్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ కంఫర్టబుల్ విత్ మాడ్యూల్స్, మీరు ఎంత చేసినా కానీ వేస్ట్. So modules are the core. That's what I told. 50 to 60% of your work will be completed if you create a modules properly. Right? This is the point, and this is the concept about the wildcards. Please remember this point. This can also be asked in an interview. దే విల్ ఆస్క్ డిఫరెంట్లీ. అంటే ఒకసారి అడుగుతారు వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎర్రర్ దట్ యూఆర్ ఫేస్డ్ అంటే యూ విల్ సే నో మ్యాచింగ్ ట్యాబ్ వాస్ ఫౌండ్. అప్పుడు అడుగుతాడు నో మ్యాచింగ్ ట్యాబ్ వాస్ ఫౌండ్ ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది అంటాడు. ఏం చెప్తారు మీరు ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది అంటే వెన్ యూ ఆర్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటింగ్ ది స్టెప్ and if the title of the application is not matching with the module what you have created. అంటే if there is a difference between the title where you are executing and the module what I have scanned, then the error will come. అప్పుడు అడుగుతాడు then how do you fix this అని. then I will be using the concept of wild cards అంటారు మీరు, రైట్. కొన్నిసార్లు ఇంకొకసారి ఎలా అడుగుతాడు డూ యూ నో ఎనీథింగ్ అబౌట్ వైల్డ్ కార్డ్ అంటాడు. ఎస్, వైల్డ్ కార్డ్ ఈస్ యూస్డ్ వెన్ there is an error which comes like no matching tab was found where there is a difference between the title when I am executing and when I scan. So I will fix it with the help of this wild cards. చూడండి కాన్సెప్ట్ చిన్నదే, ఒక్క స్టార్ మార్క్ తోటి మొత్తం టెస్ట్ కేస్ అంతా చేంజ్ అయిపోయింది. ఫెయిల్ అయ్యేది కాస్త పాస్ అయింది. ఒక చిన్న కాన్సెప్ట్ వైల్డ్ కార్డ్, కానీ వాడు అడిగే విధానం చూసారా 2 to 3 kinds ఆఫ్ సినారియోస్ లాగా అడగచ్చు. సో మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసేటప్పుడు యూనిట్ ప్రాక్టీస్ అండ్ విజువలైజ్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్, అంటే దీన్ని ఎలా క్వశ్చన్ అడగచ్చు. సో మై ఇంటెన్షన్ వెన్ ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ కాన్సెప్ట్, ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్ అయిపోయిన వెంటనే దాన్ని ఎలా అడుగుతారు, దాన్ని ఎలా ఆన్సర్ చేయొచ్చు అని ఇమీడియట్గా చెప్తాను. సో ఎందుకంటే మీకు గుర్తుంటుంది, రైట్. ఈజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ వన్?
I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
able to
Yes,
see. I don't know where you are applying the star mark. You can show me that.
సారీ, హూస్ దిస్?
Sir, Bhagya Lakshmi, sir.
ఎస్, ప్లీజ్ టెల్ మీ అండి, వాట్స్ ద క్వశ్చన్?
I'm not able to see that full screen. I'm logged in through laptop. Where you are applying that star mark?
I am applying star mark in the modules and in the title properties. Guys, మీ అందరికీ కూడా సేమ్ ఇష్యూ, నా స్క్రీన్ చూడలేకపోతున్నారా? No, this question is others to others,
no,
not
sir.
you.
No,
It's
sir.
fine.
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
sir.
Clear, sir.
Clear.
No, కాదు కదా, నా స్క్రీన్ క్లియర్ గానే ఫుల్ గా కనిపిస్తుంది కదా.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's
Yes,
clear,
sir.
sir.
Condition, sir.
Yes, here I have changed this star mark in the module లో properties లో there is a property called title. In the title I have used a star mark after demo workshop. మీరు డెమో తర్వాత స్టార్ పెడతానన్నా కానీ వర్క్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఓన్లీ డెమో వరకే వెరిఫై చేస్తుంది మీ టైటిల్లో డెమో ఉందా లేదా.
Maximize the screen. Still, I'm not getting.
మై స్క్రీన్ ఈజ్ ఆల్రెడీ మ్యాక్సిమైజ్డ్ మేడం.
Sorry. It's
It is
okay.
already maximized.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
what I think something is problem from your end. Please check that.
Okay, sir. Sorry.
Yes, is it clear for everyone? Oh,
It's
Bhagyalakshmi,
clear.
your name is showing as Venkat.
Yeah.
So when you join from tomorrow, please try to use the proper name. So that I'm just wondering, a person with name Venkat is speaking, but I'm just getting a lady's voice. So that's what I was doubt who is speaking.
My husband name.
Okay, okay, fine. That is not an issue.
Yeah.
Is it clear, guys, for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts on this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
ఎనీ డౌట్స్ ఆన్ దిస్ మీన్స్ ఎస్ అని వచ్చింది, ఆన్సర్ లేట్గా వచ్చిందా లేకపోతే డౌటా? ఓకే, ఐ విల్ స్టాప్ ద రికార్డింగ్ నౌ.